The Bricklink Designer Program has delivered quite a few high-quality sets over the last couple of years, especially for castle fans. These include the Forest Stronghold, the Seaside Market, and the upcoming adventure in Transylvania. These sets are very popular with castle fans in part because of the high piece count, the complex building techniques, the details, and of course, the fan-driven minifigs. Now, what's interesting about the Bricklink Designer Program is that from now until May 16th, you have the chance to choose the finalists that will be available for purchase in that series. So in this video, we're going to break down 5 castle sets that we think would be incredible finalists that, quite frankly, we would love to see be official LEGO sets. Let's dive in. Before we get into those 5 sets, though, I do want to mention that I think LEGO castle fans are the best. We are passionate about LEGO castles, the big castles, the small keeps, the civilian sets, the factions, the minifigs, and of course we happen to have a little bit of disposable income and we spend it on LEGO Castle. And that I think really helps with the Bricklink Designer Program given the lack of official castle theme from LEGO. So props to the castle fans out there for making your voice heard and to the castle designers, those who have made submissions for the Bricklink Designer Program Series 8, because I think you did an incredible job. There were a few jousting options in the submissions, but my favorite is the Medieval Jousting Tournament, which I think features a perfect combination of size, aesthetics, and building techniques. I love the Lion Knights colors on the banners and how they are built with macaroni tiles. Now notice that these are built via snot techniques and they are placed on top of this wood paneling section, which I think looks incredible. Also notice the Nexo Knight shields, that they look great on this wood paneling, and the alternating colors also do a nice job of popping off the wall. The red curtains included for the king and queen where their box is are really cool. They give up a little bit of a theater vibe. But look above that at the roof. Notice the Technic panels that are included there. They are incredible. This is a great example of nice parts usage. Now, if you flip this set around to the back, you've got quite a few details. You've got a little place for armor, you've got a stable, you've got a medic or doctor, and check this out, you've got car doors as windows, which is another example of nice parts usage. The training dummy on the one side also is fantastic. You've got the mop pieces for the appendages, and lots of little accessories are included in this submission, and I think you'll notice that that is going to be a theme over the 5 submissions that we have here. So this is, I think, a very, very fun submission if it were to become a LEGO set with the building techniques, the minifigs, the playability, and all of that. Now, it's about 1,200 pieces, so I would hope that this would come in at $100 if it does, in fact, become a LEGO set. The Hooded Crow Medieval Inn is another one that I thought really stood out to me, and I think it was a submission last time for Series 7. Now, there is a little bit of duplication here because we have an inn in the medieval town square, but I don't think that will be an elimination point for this set because I think it's very, very well done. Check it out. Notice the asymmetric build, which I think is a good idea to make the building process and experience a little bit more varied. I also love Tudor walls, and anytime I see a Tudor wall, I kind of get a little excited, and this one certainly includes that in spades. Now, the construction is intriguing. You've got these 2x4 curved slopes that are used as awnings. Notice the roof beams, lots of plates and some curved pieces there, and on top of the chimney, some nice parts usage with the Minecraft boxes. If you flip this one around to the back, it's very, very well done. It's completely enclosed. You've got more Tudor wall sections that use various snot techniques, and around the entire set, you've got quite a few foliage pieces that bring this entire scene to life. Notice in particular the birch tree that I think is superior to that included in the Modular Natural History Museum. Like with the last set, we've got lots of accessories. You've got sheep, a lamb, goat, bunny, a dog, squirrel, and instruments. You've got a forestman hat in the attic and plenty of food items. Moving to the interiors, they're pretty solidly done as well. You've got beds, there's a kitchen, some curtains, you've got wall decor, and coming back to the outside, looking at the top, notice that we have two unique roof sections with different building techniques, which I think varies that building experience even a little bit more. And I really like the weather vane on top. This is really an attractive set. It's very coherent in its approach. It has a nice use of colors and the combinations that you have there, the building techniques, the minifigs. There's a storyline that you can incorporate in it. And with 2,200 pieces, just under that, this was a set that might be available for around that $200 price point. Hopefully, again, if it were to become a Lego set. The festival stage is a unique look for Lego because we haven't seen a set like this in castle history. So when we look at these images, I think there's a lot to like here. Let's start with the stage, which is very roomy. You've got these red curtains on either side, which reminds me of that medieval jousting tournament. You've got two buildings though on either side, and these are unique buildings. The one on the left is medium nougat. It has some battlements up at the top and lots of little architectural flourishes. You've got some macaroni bricks with the windows, or the tiles I should say. You've got lots of little bits and pieces here that make this a unique building. And on the right hand side, you've got a light blay, which stands for light bluish gray on the bottom. You've got dark blue and reddish brown on the top, which is an interesting color combination. What really stands out to me about this building is the roof, which I think is elite. It's got different shades of blue tiles that are used as shingles. There's a little flourishes even at the top there with the inverted arches for the wood beams and the pyramid slope right there in the middle, which adds a nice little touch. Above the stage, you'll notice that there's another roof built differently than the other ones, and it is a lot of 1x1 and 2x2 round tiles and shades of green. It's very, very well done. Very, very cool. Now, the background of the stage also looks like various set pieces, and you can rotate those in and out to add a little bit of playability to the set. And you've got food stands that use various shades of light blue, which I think is a great color. You've got seating areas. This really does a nice job of pulling in lots of different elements, storylines, and building techniques. Now this one has nearly 2,900 pieces and 8 minifigs, so I would expect this one to run about $270 if it were to become a Lego set, give or take $10 to $20. So hopefully on the lower end of that, but with Lego pricing these days, who knows? We're going to change tracks here just a little bit to the Viking Shipyard because I think Vikings are really cool. The Viking Village from the Ideas line a couple of years ago is a very, very good set, and I'd like to see more like it. So this set might be an option. First, I want to give a shout out to the layout because it's got the combination of the sea and the shore, and the assimilation of the two is very, very well done. There are so many fun details throughout this. You've got a boat being built, you've got this main hall with a fully decked out interior, you've got trees, docks, stonework on the shore, you've got foliage that really brings this out and sets the scene for us. The building itself is modular. You can remove the different roofs and levels, which allows you to have access to that incredibly detailed interior. And if we take a look at the building techniques, notice the Technic panels that are used as this canopy for the one section out here in the front. You've got snot work for the ship's hull, angles on the roof, like these antler pieces that are used on the side, and there are so many great interior details. The shields you'll notice here are very prominent in this set, but I would say they aren't too overbearing. And while I haven't mentioned specific minifigs yet in this video, Harold stands out as perhaps the best minifig out of the 5 submissions that we're talking about here. On top of all of this, you get plenty of nice accessories with a lot of food pieces, a lamb, sheep, goat, fish, crates, barrels, and even more. Like the previous submission we talked about, this one is nearly 3,000 pieces. So again, I would put this around $270 US, perhaps give or take 20 bucks. And I think it'd still be a pretty good value, but these sets do tend to get rather expensive. We're going massive for the last one with the Eastern Alliance Castle. This one I think will look fantastic next to the Lion Knight's Castle. And usually when we look at the Bricklink Designer Program sets, 4,000 pieces usually mashed into a condensed area because of all the parts intensive building techniques that are used, but this one is really, really big. I think it looks very appropriate for a 4,000 piece set. Now this is going to be an expensive one if it is a set, but there is a lot to like about it. There's lots of life on the inner courtyard. You got different vendors, hallways open to the courtyard. You've got the stable, there's a well. Notice lots of these angled walls. Now this is an important thing because you really don't see a lot of angled walls in some of these creations. These look like they are done very, very seamlessly, even though angled walls are a difficult building technique. There are lots of different rooms inside the castle. There's a library, you've got some bedrooms, a throne room, there's a blacksmith, and more. Now notice the battlements for this castle. It's a different building technique than what's used in the Lion Knight's castle, which I like. I mean, I appreciate the Lion Knight's castle technique, but these are excellently done as well. It's 3 wide, and then you've got the ingots snotted on the inside of that. Notice there is a little section of Tudor, which definitely jumped out to me and I think is really creative in how they build that. Now, along the outside of the wall, notice they use quite a bit of foliage to help break up what we call the big gray wall syndrome. So it makes it more colorful, makes it pop, and breaks up just a ton of gray. Just like all the other ones, we get lots of accessories like barrels, food, a horse, a goat, some lambs, a sheep, owl, and a squirrel. Plus, you do get 13 minifigs, including some lion knights, some wolf pack, and civilians. I could go on and on about this one because I think it is that well done. Granted, it is 4,000 pieces, and again, it would probably be at least $370, $380 set, if not more, given the amount of minifigs and pieces that are in it. A lot of those pieces are fairly large. They aren't a lot of 1x1 tiles, so that might make the production costs a little bit higher. Still, I would love it if that one became a Bricklink Designer Program Series 8 set. So in this video, we talked about 5 different castle and medieval submissions that we would love to see as official sets to the Bricklink Designer Program Series 8. Now, there are plenty of other options. If you want to look at those, head over to bricklink.com, and you can even filter the submissions by different topics, including castle/medieval. There are 92 different options. That's almost 1/4 of all the submissions, which tells you that there are a lot of people that love castle and medieval Lego style sets. So go ahead, check those out, vote. If you want to vote for these, make sure you do that. You have between now and May 16th. So definitely go and vote. I'd say vote early and vote often, but you only get 1 vote. I guess they try to discourage voter fraud here on bricklink.com. If you do vote, let me know what you voted for down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.